any given night, there are over 800,000 homeless people in the United States. My name is Casey Swanson, and I'm going to focus on the issue of homelessness today. Homelessness is a huge issue in the world today, and there are a lot of different reasons why people are homeless, but with that, there are also options to stay in homeless shelters all over the country. The first issue I'm going to talk about today is the people affected with homelessness. In most cases, the people who are homeless are either victims of domestic violence, veterans, people who are suffering from some sort of mental illness, people suffering from some addiction, the poor and the working poor, and according to Home Again, the poor and the working poor refers to people who either had a job and lost it, or have a job with such a low wage paying that they can't afford their expenses. And it is said that 15% of the people who were homeless were once employed but could not afford their housing. I'm going to focus mainly on the issue of the people who are homeless due to domestic violence. Oftentimes, women have to choose between if they want to stay with their abusive partner or if they want to become homeless because they have no other options. According to Family and Youth Services Bureau in 2015, over 31,500 adults and children ended up finding safety in a domestic violence emergency shelter or a transitional housing program. But unfortunately, in some cases, the shelters become so overbooked that the people aren't able to stay in them, and so they have to stay on the streets. After learning more about the people affected with homelessness, I'm going to focus on the homeless shelters and what they have to offer. Many homeless shelters throughout the U.S. take in as many people as they can each night and provide them with a warm and safe place to sleep. And along with that, they provide them with a warm and fresh meal to have and place to shower. And in some cases, the shelters can get donations from the community of clothing that they can provide for the homeless people. Some main national organizations that help the homeless include the Salvation Army, Feeding America, and the National Alliance to End Homelessness. Homeless shelters are helping the homeless out each year from certain diseases, untreated medical conditions, lack of nutrition, starvation, and freezing to death. And according to the Homeless Shelter Community Outreach Programs and Services in 2016, homeless shelters also offer assistance programs such as substance abuse, treatment, soup kitchens, job and skill training, and support groups. Overall, homelessness is a huge issue in the world today, and there are a lot of different reasons why people are homeless, but with that, there are also options to stay in homeless shelters all over the country. After learning more about the people who are affected with homelessness and more about the homeless shelters, I still think that we as human beings need to think about homelessness more seriously because it's a bigger issue in the world today than we give it credit for. And as an anonymous author once said, who are we as human beings if we ignore the suffering of others?